ready to rock.
Bust it.
What's up, y'all? It's the Brian Moote Show. I'm coming live to you from the newly renovated Home Depot studios in Atlanta, Georgia, in my guest bedroom closet. There, I just noticed there is a dead cockroach on the floor next to me. My girlfriend's going to be very excited. She's a anti-bug person. I'll tell you that story a little bit later in the show, where I ruined getting an engagement ring for her. I don't mind putting that out there because she knows it's coming. Pat is coming to you live from Shady Center Studios, the control hub for this beast.
Yeah, that's right. I'm here. I'm covered in technology, and it makes me very uncomfortable. I'm dripping in technology. There's so many buttons. It's too much.
See, I like looking, we have a webcam, and I like looking at how frantic Pat is, while all I really have in front of me is just a rundown for what we're doing on the show today. But I can see Pat, he starts to get flustered, and then I use hand signs on the camera, and he won't be looking, and it's like, yo, we got 2 minutes in the segment left, 1 minute in the segment left. But I feel good today, Pat. I feel confident. I feel like we finally figured out the technology. This show is long overdue. It's been about 2 weeks, but that's because we can't figure our ish out.
We cannot. We really, really cannot. We did an entire we did a double episode yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Let's add some of that audio at the end. We did a repeat of an episode that we already did. We were talking about the shows in Woodstock, Georgia, and it didn't dawn on me we had already aired this episode until I remembered that a lot of you, and thank you for tweeting, were ripping into the fact that I don't find Pat's semicolon and danger ass jokes funny, and apparently a lot of you guys think I'm wrong and I don't know comedy, and that was funny, and so I have to forgive Pat. I have to ask you forgiveness. I blew it on that one. Your semicolon jokes are good.
I do not forgive you. I saw that tweet too, and people were loving danger ass. They thought it was very funny, and that's just the tip of the iceberg, Brian. I got a fanny packed full of jokes.
I thought you were gonna have like a tip of that's just the tip of the sphincter.
Yep, that's called the rectum.
The rectum, the tip of the sphincter.
That is that.
I should know better than to go question for question, line for line on colorectal knowledge with you.
You want to go butt stuff? You want to go butt stuff with me?
Show today. Pat has pulled a teaser from my high school rap album. We're gonna play later in the show. Unfortunately for me, Patrick's laughing at it. I think he just played a little snippet, and I said, I'm a lyrical mystery. What do I say?
Oh, man.
What is the line?
Brian, there's...
we'll say it later. Later in the show.
I can sum up your performance as a rapper, and it is 2 words. Hot fire. Hot fire.
Hot fire.
You
spitting flows.
Brian spits hot fire. I mean, lyrically, you call yourself a lyrical genius more than once. I'm not going to lie. You were very...
Oh, no, I do?
Oh, yeah.
Self-proclaimed?
Oh,
that's bad. Yeah. Oh, that's real bad.
You rap your rapper name in letters. You also say you're from the South, W-I. That's South Whitby.
Stop it. All right. Please hit us up on the studio burner phone, 310-429-8903. Patrick has just informed me that we got a text from our first text character on the Brian Moote Show, which is non-judgmental ATL Grandma.
Yep.
We got a special text from her. We'll read that in a minute. Also, I want to tell you about I almost had to get my leg amputated because of some bugs in East Georgia. We've got an update on we've got the final matchup, the final voting for Send Pat Somewhere this weekend. We've got a head-to-head from some powerhouses on where Pat will be going in the next few weeks in September.
So freaking excited, you guys.
It's going to be awesome, man. We're going to also talk about, Pat, have you ever been busted cheating in school? I asked him this question before the show started. Have you ever been busted cheating? And he got really nervous on the camera. Like he was about to tell some stories.
That's such a
girls
tough
busting him cheating. And that's not what it's about.
No. And that's such a tough question to answer, because if I say no, it sounds like I'm saying, no, I've never been caught, but what I'm saying now is I've never cheated. I'm just going to...
Wait. On girls?
Nope, never once.
That sounds like you're just trying to...
overcompensate for... But see, I should...
It sounds like you're running scared right now, and you know that if you say you have never been caught, but you have cheated, you're going to have about 10 girls in your life who, if they listen to the show, are going to be like, so that one time you went to Havasu, huh? And you told me that your phone died, that your battery died.
No, I've never cheated. I've definitely like felt like I was going to cheat and then been like, hey, we should probably break up.
I haven't cheated either, but I've lived in the gray area a lot in my life. And the gray area, we all know what the gray area is. And that's that. And look, when guys do this, they're such lying scumbags. The gray area is when you tell a girl that wants to be exclusive with you. Yeah, like I'm focusing on me, my career right now. I don't want to be serious. Like, let's just be like, let's just hang out.
God,
the hangout. When you say you're hanging out with people.
I'm so uncomfortable with this whole line of questions.
Why? Because you've been hanging out with people for the last 10 years of your life?
No. I mean, I'm just like, I'm a perpetually single person. So like, it's hard for me to talk about these things without feeling like I'm incriminating myself.
It's called living in the gray area. Do you want to take the Fifth Amendment right now?
Yes. I don't want, yes, I can't. I got nothing. I got no comment. No comment.
All right, Pat, play the Law and Order music. I'm going to grill you about when you cheated on girls.
Oh, my God.
You can't find it. Oh, there we go.
Don't doubt me. Don't you dare doubt me.
So, Pat, that one time your phone died in Vegas, what happened?
My phone died, okay? Back off. Jesus, what's wrong with you? Psycho? Monster, leave me alone.
It's the Brian Moote Show. We're going to talk about cheating, Pat. Are you okay with it?
No, not okay with it. Wait, we're talking about cheating on tests and things.
Yeah, cheating on tests and things. Have you ever been busted cheating in school? Have you ever been busted by a teacher, by mom or dad, your parents, whoever? Who? Have you ever been busted?
I got busted cheating on a science test once. And I had cheated before, but every time I had cheated, I had gone to great lengths to like get away with it. So there was one way that I cheated that I would write the answers of the test in a drink, like Coke or something. I'd slip it down inside the label. And then as I drank it down, the answers would present themselves on the inside to me. So you couldn't see it when you first started, but by the end of the drink, you could see all the answers written around the inside of the label.
That is genius.
It was pretty good. But I got so flippant with it that I never got caught. So I was like, and I had this teacher, Miss Holting. She was my
science teacher.
Yes, she was my science teacher, and I just had got to the point in my teenager years where I just had no respect anymore, and I got away with cheating so many times. I was just like, "What, you gonna catch me? Yeah, I dare." So I took the review manual, which was like 10 pages long, and just slipped it out of my pants and put it underneath my test. So my test looked like it was like a stack of paper, and she walked by, took one look at it, picked it up and was like, "What is this?" And I was just like, and she took me to the front of the class. I got a 0, called mom. It was a whole deal. She got me.
You know what's really funny about it? You just reminded me of something when you talked about Mrs. Holting, and I'm going to tell you my cheating story in a second, but I want to talk about cheating because of Trump, and it's hilarious. And it's not political, so don't get all up in your feelings, folks who are all Trumpy folks.
The Donalds.
Have you ever seen somebody who, why do teachers look like the subject they teach? Right? I mean, how come every teacher you had in high school, you don't even need to know what they teach? You see them and you're like, PE teacher, science teacher, math teacher. Like Mrs. Holting was like a hippie lady who definitely taught chemistry. You could just see it on her face. Like she taught science as this weird hippie. Or like, I remember, Mr. Durbin. Yeah, taught math for sure. You saw him. He walked around with his polo shirt buttoned up and a pocket protector.
Mr. Kramer, English. He was such a big beard, glasses, always wearing cardigans and flannels.
Exactly. He looks like he just got done writing poetry in his log cabin.
Yeah.
Why? It's so fun. We want to do a list. And by the way, tweet at the show at Moot Points. Tweet me right now what people look like their profession the most. You know what I mean? Like you look at somebody, you see him at a Starbucks, and you're like, I know that guy lays concrete. Nah, that's a little bit easy because he's
probably covered in concrete. Painter, that's a painter. Well, yeah.
But yeah, tweet at us what people look like the jobs that they do, and it's be specific, because I really think that teachers always look like their subject. And I remember when I worked at schools that I felt the same way. All right, I'll tell you my cheating story in a second. First, I don't know if you saw this, but this story is crazy in the news, and it should not be. It's such a non-story, but Trump has like this insane obsession with winning. He wants to win everything, and he's a businessman, right? So he's always had winning has always been, he has to be right, he has to win. And Hurricane Dorian was coming towards this is last week, it was coming towards Florida. Now, insane devastation in the Bahamas. It's just tragic what happened there. The hurricane just stalled out over the Bahamas, and the Bahamas are not a place with the type of physical infrastructure to withstand 200-mile-an-hour winds. Now, a lot of things can't withstand 200-mile-an-hour winds, but when you have wood frame one-story houses on an island that is only 30 feet in elevation at its highest, you're going to have serious flooding damage. It's just, the devastation's awful.
I mean, now people in Los Angeles get thrown off by a gentle breeze. Any weather at all, and we are really struggling. I saw that 185, 200-mile-an-hour winds. I mean, that's insane.
It's hard to fathom. I've been through a couple hurricane level category 1, maybe 1, 2 in Georgia and in the South, and also, strangely enough, in Massachusetts, where some of those hurricanes, they hit farther north and they end up hitting like New York, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts, but they're usually just tropical storms by that point, and the wind is crazy then, and the rain is crazy then. So a category 5, 200 miles an hour, and sitting on the island, sitting on it. There are videos of people going out after their house has been devastated, and they're in the eye of the storm. That crazy. Blows my mind.
Yeah.
Where they can stand out there, and government officials are like, yo, don't stay out. You're in the eye of the storm. You're in the eye. So everything's swirling around you. When it moves over the top, the backside of that hurricane is going to be 200 miles an hour again at you, and you're going to be outside your house. So go stay in cover. But I've seen the videos of people filming the devastation in the eye, and that is just mind-blowing.
It's like they haven't even seen the movie Geostorm. Come on, guys.
I mean, come on.
Who hasn't seen Geostorm?
How do they fight the storms in Geostorm? Or they're summoning storms, or it's like rockets?
I can't remember. Trump did suggest that we could nuke a hurricane, which seems like a great idea.
I made fun of that. On Twitter. I said, like, why don't we go after them with nuclear bombs? And I was like, why don't we just build a wall? Some clever wall joke. And but here's the thing. I made fun of it, but I'm not sure that a nuclear weapon couldn't take out a hurricane. I don't even know. Could it?
I mean, it certainly could end it. We could just put us out of our misery. I mean yeah, if right. It doesn't, it's just a bunch of nuclear, like, fog swirling around.
It's just the poison pill.
I mean, yeah.
Like, we all just are like, look, guys, this will handle the hurricane. Just chomp on this cyanide. No more hurricane.
I know. It's like throwing a box of dynamite on a merry-go-round and turn it up really fast. Like, well, it might blow up the merry-go-round. It might throw dynamite everywhere. Who knows? We'll see.
All right, so what happened is early on in the hurricane projections, no one knew where the hell this thing's going. No one knows what it's going to do. That's the ridiculous part of what happened. No one knows a damn thing. There's 900 models. There's 900 projections. They have it going everywhere. They don't know where it's going to go. No one knew it was going to stop on top of the Bahamas going 1 mile an hour. Like, no one knows what's going to happen. And Trump last week, in a press conference and a tweet, said that, watch it, be safe, Alabama. There's going to be some damage, where the hurricane's going to hit you. And then the National Weather Service is like, actually, Mr. President, Alabama's not going to be hit in any of the models. But maybe Trump saw a model that did have Alabama in it. I'm not sure. But also, no one knows a damn thing about hurricane predictions. And you can't win these. You cannot win a hurricane prediction.
Well, meteorology is just, it's fake. It's not real. We grew up in Seattle where it was like, it felt like they were just throwing darts at a dartboard that had different weather on it. Like, oh, it's cloudy.
There we go.
I mean, it rains 8 months out of the year and they were still always wrong. Like, it's got to be
that's very impressive. I would also hate being a meteorologist in Atlanta because it'll be 95 degrees and humid, and all of a sudden thunder shower. And they can't be right. It's just weather. It just does what it wants. So he said Alabama's going to hit. The National Weather Service said, nah, Mr. President, actually, that's not going to happen. Then he said, well, I saw, I'm not going to back off this. Alabama was in it. Alabama was going to get hit. Whatever. Who cares? Alabama, the Bahamas are dying right now. They're flying body bags to the Bahamas. Like, the Bahamas, the devastation in the Bahamas is crazy. And now it's going up the eastern seaboard. We've got Charleston underwater. We've got, like, North Carolina. And Trump goes in front of The cameras from the Oval Office on Wednesday, the hurricane is in South Carolina. He shows a map of an early Hurricane Dorian projection that had it going straight over the top of Florida and the cone being somewhere near, not even in Alabama, near Alabama. It was like a northern tip of Florida and a little bit of Georgia. And this dude drew on the map with a Sharpie added to it. Like a third grader just drew on it to include Alabama because he has to be right. It's insane.
Wrong.
You're waiting to cue that up. Trevor.
I couldn't wait for it.
And then he was asked. Hold on. He was asked like how the Sharpie got on. He said he didn't know. His aides then came out and said he drew it.
I mean, okay, so I don't know what's worse. Like, if you drew it on there, okay, fine. Maybe you heard that, and maybe that's what you thought.
And that's fine. That's totally fine.
But
that's totally fine.
That's okay.
Alabama initially, yeah, it happens.
That's fine. That's okay. What's really strange is that you would go from the Oval Office and hold up a visual aid that you haven't looked at yet and realize that there's a big Sharpie swoop. Like, oh, I didn't draw that on there.
Right.
It's like, well, did you see it? Did you ask?
Put it in front of the country, and you've got a Sharpie addition to the map. Like, everyone's gonna go, hey, what? And it's not even a good addition. It's not like it was perfectly drawn. It wasn't even like it was just like a little blip that added Alabama.
Yeah, it's better if you drew it and thought that's what the case was than you didn't look at it before you put it on television. Like, that's like, you didn't know it was there. Everybody else saw it, so you know.
I mean, it's just. You can't win hurricane predictions. Everybody loses with hurricanes. There's no over-under on Alabama. Well, I mean, in sports there are. There's no over-under on Alabama. It's ridiculous. All right, I'm going to tell you guys how I got busted cheating next. The Brian Moote Show. Pat, that is some clever music right there.
It says hurricane bed, and I just stared at it, and I knew. That's how you get rid of a hurricane, man. You rock and roll. You rock like a hurricane.
How can you name the band for $1?
You know, this is the only probably time that I can name bands from, and it's Scorpion.
Scorpions, you nailed it.
Yes.
I went to a Scorpions concert in college.
Scorpions and Whitesnake, wasn't it?
Yeah, Scorpions and Whitesnake.
Oh, man.
Touring together. What a show.
I mean, that's good. That's awesome. That's like the only show I would go to.
I mean, it was unbelievable. I think the funny thing was, it was very similar to the mistake we almost made when we went and saw Monster Trucks.
Where we were going to, we thought that everybody else was going to be on the same page with it. Was ironic to be there.
And no one was. No one thought it was ironic.
No, they took it very serious.
So what happened was we did dress up as I had a mullet wig on and like a shirt that just had a stallion with the sleeves cut off. It was a truck stop shirt. And we all ditched the mullet wigs as soon as we got in the door because people actually looked like that. And it wasn't funny. Like it was like we were mocking them, and it would have ruined the night when we got our asses beat by a bunch of big Whitesnake fans.
Yep. You know what they like doing? They like kicking ass and chewing bubble gum, and they're probably all out of bubble gum.
They're kicking ass and taking names. In fact, they got a notebook in their back pocket just for all the names they're going to take while they're kicking ass.
And it's full.
Before I get into my cheating story, cheating in school, I'm not trying to. I got to play you something. 2019 is a magical year to be alive. Just a magical year. For a lot of reasons, and mainly because of Twitter. And a lot of people hate Twitter. They think, Twitter is like, it can be bad if you're not good at blocking out the noise and, I
mean, if you like non-chaos and anarchy and craziness, it's a hotbed for hot takes too. People are just completely empowered to say whatever the F they want.
It's just a magical time to be alive on social media. So yesterday, the Raiders suspended, or they're going to suspend wide receiver Antonio Brown. He's had a lot of weird drama this year. He almost froze his feet off in a cryogenic chamber. He needed a different helmet.
I can't. He got drafted on 4 of my 7 fantasy teams.
Oh, see, the fantasy owners, and you're going to relate to what a video I'm about to play.
So pissed off.
And so, and then he posted his fines on social media. Their GM Mike Mayock not too happy about it. So they had words at practice, and I think they're going to suspend him. I'm not sure if that news has come out yet, but
they haven't said how long, but it sounds like he's getting suspended.
I mean, they're paying him $30 million guaranteed, so I can't imagine they're going to.
They can cut him right now and pay him $0.
I mean, if they cut him right now, someone's going to get one hell of a receiver.
Please go to the Patriots. Please go to the Patriots.
What? Why? Seahawks? Come on.
Fine.
Anyways, that's not why I really care about this at all. What I care about is the fact that O.J. Simpson, the real O.J., is on Twitter.
Oh boy.
He joined Twitter about 2 months ago in June. He's got 892,000 followers, and he does these videos. They're so weird. His videos are so weird. And here's a video. I got to cue it up, right? Here's a video of O.J. Simpson. Pretty much we know a double murderer at this point. Also did prison time for stealing his own memorabilia back. Here is O.J. Simpson on Twitter lecturing Antonio Brown about irresponsible behavior.
Hey, Twitter world, it's me, yours truly. I'm actually wearing these glasses today. It's overcast. I don't need them. But I've been in tears. What's going on? Antonio Brown, what's happening? What's going on with my fantasy team? I drafted Andrew Luck, and 20 minutes later, he retired. I drafted you, Antonio, because I admire your game. I'm sure there's hundreds of thousands of Americans who play fantasy drafted you. We were all counting on you. Enough, buddy. You knew that you were going to get fined. Every guy that holds out get fined. And you also know that communications in the locker room stays in the locker room. So I got to tell you, some golfing buddies of mine and a couple of my teammates, we knew something was not good was going to come out of you posting that thing.
He literally just told Antonio Brown, oh, come on, man. You knew you were going to get fined. Be responsible. You killed 2 people, OJ.
Yeah, I want someone to do this, to say these things to Antonio Brown, because I really want him to play, because I did go heavily on him in my fantasy leagues. I don't know if I want OJ to be that ambassador.
He's not the right messenger.
No, I don't know. This might make Antonio Brown not want to play football more. Football is crooked. Look at this. This guy's still free.
I love the fact that O.J. Simpson basically is a fantasy curse. He drafts Andrew Luck retires. He drafts Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown's like, you look, man, I'm going to do everything I can to not play football this year. It's like no one wants, once OJ endorses you, nothing good is going to happen to your life.
No, honestly, what I want to do is tweet at OJ and be like, hey, man, will you send me a picture of your roster so I can quickly trade everyone else on your team that I have also?
I guarantee you he would tweet back. The dude is heavily on social media. Hello, Twitter world. It's yours truly.
I love how he just said, it's yours truly, as if he's our, great friend. I've created tons of good content for you over the years with the white Bronco and football and the juice.
I mean, what 1995 would have been so boring if I didn't murder 2 people and then run away in a Bronco. And if the gloves don't fit, you must have quit. Remember that happening? That was a great time.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
All right, before we get out in this segment, this is how I got busted cheating. This is why I am enamored by your creativity to hide the answers to test questions inside a soda bottle.
We'll call it creativity. My criminal instincts, my
guys,
manipulative
we don't endorse cheating, but if you're going to do it, you better be Ocean's 11 about it.
Do it good.
Right? Yeah, because look, there's no getting suspended or expelled or disciplined for cheating is just such a stupid way to go down.
Yeah, it is. Ask Lori Loughlin and the rest of those idiots cheated their kids into USC.
Lori Loughlin, if you're going to pay money for your kid to go to USC, do it like Dr. Dre did. Just sponsor the music program. Just donate whatever millions of dollars to USC. USC will find a way to let you in. Colleges are a scam anyway. Don't even get me started. They act like, oh, we've been taking advantage of. You've been taking advantage of people this whole time. Just we'll take your $200,000 and give your kid not a job when they get out of college. That sounds great.
Mm-hmm.
Here's how I got busted cheating. I got busted cheating in college, and it's so stupid. It's the dumbest thing. It's just so dumb. So what happened is we 5 people one day showed up for my calculus class. And it was because there was some sort of big event on campus, and we weren't excused to not show up at this class. So the professor was like, look, we have a test next week. And for you guys that showed up today, I'm going to give you the answer. Give you the answer to the bonus question at the end. And don't share this with anybody. I'm going to give you the coordinates for graphing this like parabola or whatever the hell it was. Whatever useless class I took in college that is never going to benefit my life in any way because I'm not graphing parabolas in my real life.
We were actually doing a podcast the other day, and I was trying to hook these two things up. So I did a parabola real quick, and I figured out that
real quick, I found negative slope, I found the imaginary numbers. Yeah. I mean, it's just useless crap.
I'm a janitor at a college, and sometimes I just finish the questions for them because I learned all that stuff in early school.
And so the funny part is he gave us the answers. And I could not remember them because I'm a little dyslexic, and these answers involved capital letters, and I kept getting them all reversed. And so what I did is I wrote them down in the bill of my hat, in pencil, and then I licked my finger and I would try to rub them out so they looked very faint. So you really had to really examine to see. The problem was I did it so well that I had to keep looking at my damn hat like 5 times. The professor calls me up and he's like, why do you keep looking at what's written in your hat? Why do you keep looking in your hat? And I show it to him and he goes, come outside with me real quick. And he goes, are you kidding me right now? I'm like, sorry, man. I just couldn't remember the answers you gave us. He's like, look, this is stupid. You could get expelled from college and you're a junior in college taking whatever this calculus 2 or whatever. And he goes, I should report this and have you expelled, but it's so stupid because I gave you the damn answers and you got busted cheating using the answers I gave you. I'm cheating for you with all the kids that didn't show up for class, and I might have to throw you out of school. So he was like, look, I feel bad. Just don't even answer that question. Just use this as a learning experience and don't ever cheat again, because this would be the most useless investment of $40,000 of your life if I threw you out cheating when I gave you the answers. And we're back. We got a lot to get to. We got to keep this show moving.
Yeah, we got to move, baby. We got stuff.
We are going to play some of my rap album, which I'm not happy about, but we need to get to first. Let's talk about where we're going to send Patrick.
Ooh, we need music for this.
I know. Can you find something real quick? Can you cue something up? Porn music?
Hey,
well,
man.
I guess it makes sense.
Hey, man.
It makes sense in the context.
There's a strong chance that this little fella here is going to Intercourse. Yeah, sex. That one's for James Brown. He loves the sex.
James Brown in Nashville. Shout out to James Brown. Saw him last week when I went to Nashville during Labor Day weekend. Nashville, great town. We stayed at the Dream Hotel. We went down and they have this club. You walk through you walk through a door in this retail shop called All Saints, and there's a big club in the back. And I was already a little bit on the drunk side because we'd met up with James Brown, Jennifer. Shout out to Jennifer. She came through with her wife, and they brought us dog toys for Leo and Moxie, which are Chinese food containers. And one of them, you can pull the dumplings out. And Leo's been running around with this like Chinese food dumpling toy in his mouth like it's his baby. Like he won't chew it. He just has it in his mouth, carries it around. It's the funniest thing.
That's so cute. Well, that's adorable.
We were down in this club in it's called like the Dirty Little Secret, I believe is what the club's called, right? So it's like a secret to get into. They gave us a table and we had a bottle of vodka. And for bottle service in Tennessee, you can't have the bottle on the table. You have to have it in a carafe, right? That looks like a water carafe because it's vodka. And Jessica and my girlfriend and I had this table to ourselves and we're like, this is boring. Bottle service with 2 people and people are dancing. So we saw these college kids that were behind us and we're like, hey, you guys want to come over and like join the table and grab some drinks? Like, are you kidding me? This is great. Yeah, come on over. Come hang out with us. And the guy, I point at the bottle of vodka and I go, hey, that's vodka, not water, which sounds like the biggest dad joke on the planet, right? So we're sitting there and this college kid, and he's already pretty drunk. He grabs a bottle after a couple minutes of being there, dumps a bunch of vodka in a cup, like a water cup, and slams about 7 shots of vodka and almost throws up on the floor because he thought I was kidding. He thought I was hitting him with a dad joke, like, hey, don't worry, that's not water, that's vodka. He almost set himself on fire.
Well, we're not talking about Nashville, Brian. We're talking about where I'm going. I don't want to talk about where you go. You go places all the time. I go nowhere. That's
why we started this segment. If you don't know what's happening, it's your first time listening to the show. How dare you?
Yeah, kidding. What's your problem?
But so a couple weeks ago, I was in Chicago for some radio meetings, and Patrick was complaining ad nauseum, blah blah blah.
I've never been to Chicago. I never go anywhere.
I never go on vacation. So we started a campaign to send Pat somewhere. We don't know where it is. People, we had to raise money. First we raised money. We raised about $700. $200 of that will roll over into the next trip because it's a $500 trip. That's the key.
Yep.
You guys nominated towns. We had a lot of great cities all over the country. A lot of fun stuff. We had 32 cities. We narrowed it down in NCAA bracket-like fashion. And we had some powerhouse matchups last week. We had Deadwood versus Santa Claus. We had Ding Dong, Texas versus Area 51, Nevada. We had Intercourse versus Scranton. We had Walla Walla versus Dunes. Deadwood beat Santa Claus. So Deadwood was up against the winner of Area 51. Area 51 beat Ding Dong, Texas.
That was a big upset. I thought
so too. And it was close. Listen, it was one vote. One vote.
I like Area 51, but I love Ding Dong.
I know you love Ding Dong. We will send you to Ding Dong. You'll be the mayor of Ding Dong.
Oh, I want to be the mayor of Ding Dong.
On the next round of this segment. All right, so now in the final matchup, of course, the heavy favorite from the left side of the bracket was Intercourse, Pennsylvania. Duh. Pat wants to go to Intercourse.
I want to go to Intercourse because you know what?
I've never been to Intercourse.
I love Ding Dong, but I really love Intercourse. Yeah.
We had decided behind the scenes that if it was Ding Dong versus Intercourse, we were going to send them to both places. I also heard there's a Climax, West Virginia, that I think you need to go to as well at some point. So now in the finals, we have Intercourse versus Area 51. And
heavy.
The votes are coming in strong.
They are coming in strong.
And on Instagram, they were 50-50. Facebook, I think Intercourse has the lead. You need to go right now. The voting ends on Sunday. Next week, we will reveal if Patrick is, in fact, going to Intercourse for the first time.
I don't like this whole you insinuating that I never go to Intercourse. I mean, I go to Intercourse, just not often.
Wait, so you can have all these ding dong jokes, but then I just say you've never been to Intercourse and you get all up in your feelings about it, like people think you've never had sex.
Don't worry, Brian. Don't worry about me because I've had plenty of sex.
Do tell us the story.
I don't want to.
All right, so please go right now to Facebook. If you don't have a computer or you're not on a computer, go ahead and vote in the comments, and I'll tally those and add those to the bracket votes. It is annoying. The bracket service that I found only operates on a laptop. Yes, Uncle Rob, I've heard your complaints. All right, lay off me, man. Unless you can develop some sort of technology that allows for app votes on a bracket, shut your damn mouth because I'm trying to do the best I can over here.
Hot fire. I like this.
I got something for everybody today. In the Home Depot studios in Atlanta, Georgia, I've got something for everybody.
Oh, today. Brian he's reaching critical mass.
No, I'm good. We made it through the Trump segment without me blowing my top, so we're fine. And I think that's one of my favorite Trump stories because it's just so silly. All right, real quick before we get to the last segment of the show today, which is going to be me having to relive my high school fails on a rap album. I was out in the woods of East Georgia near South Carolina this past weekend, and I was doing some good old-fashioned country stuff. We were out hanging deer stands up in the trees. So people who deer hunt with my girlfriend's brother-in-law can get a better shot at the deer, I guess. Here's the thing. I'm not a big hunter. I'm not a big fan of guns. I'm not like, hey, I'm not a person who's like, oh, no one should have guns. But I'm also like, let's be reasonable about it. We were putting up deer stands, and I realized I have more fun climbing trees and putting in deer stands to sit in than I would ever have hunting. I would not. Like, hunting isn't appealing to me. I just want to hang the tree stands and climb around and cut trees limbs down and do all that stuff. And then I'd sit up in the tree stand with binoculars and be like, I see one. And then I'd get down.
Yeah, I can imagine that even just sitting in the tree and looking at the deer would be very nice. I wouldn't want to climb down from the tree and then pose for a picture with said now dead deer.
Is paintball hunting a thing? I had a moment where I thought, why wouldn't that be
hunting? You might as well just hide behind a tree and pop out and scare them. Just scare animals.
I guess that's right. Well, is it worse to kill them or to scare them?
I don't know, to be honest. You get like a full 3D suit and pop up and just scare a family of beavers. Like, boo! Ha!
And also, if I'm going to paintball, why don't I just paintball people who can shoot back?
Just shoot. Yeah, what? Why would you want to paintball an animal? Like,
look, I'm just workshopping this idea. I haven't said it out loud to anybody, but now that I am saying it out loud, I realize that it's pretty stupid.
You see the flaws in the paintballing of animals?
I guess it's just the terror that they'd feel running away from you, but it's less scary than, almost shooting a deer with a gun.
You just like run up to it. It's like knocking and running off. You run up to like a cougar's den and just go, "Hey, cougar," and then run off. It comes out like, what is happening? Who's pranking me? Let's prank animals. Pranking animals.
We would call a Moote moment there that I had where I really thought, I was like, man, this could be a business. Just paintball hunting, just sitting in a tree stand with a paintball gun for 7 hours waiting while you're watching Netflix on your phone to hunt to shoot at a deer with paintballs. And paintballs don't even come out straight anyway. You'd have to shoot 900 just to scare the ever living crap out of a deer.
Oh, that's just really silly.
It's the Brian Moote Show, and we've come to the segment Pat's been waiting for 2 weeks.
Oh, my God. I mean, yeah, people have been waiting for it, because we promised the whole thing in, we'll
release the album in full when we get enough heat on it.
Yeah, when we get enough heat. We're working on it. But here's the thing, is, like, people kept asking, like, where's the rap album? Where's the rap album? You said you were going to release it, or you're going to release pieces of it. That required me to actually listen to the whole album. And there are 17 songs.
17 tracks. We really came strong, and we made sketches too.
There's like skits and stuff, and it's just it took me a minute. So
it was about as 90s rap as it gets, where people used to do the sketches on the songs, which is so annoying. The skits at the end of songs, just so enragingly annoying where you have, like, especially when they're at the beginning of the song. Man, I don't want to hear the beginning of your stupid sketch.
Some of your sketches are a full track. The whole track is a sketch. So I'm like sitting there listening to it, waiting for the song to start, and then it just ends. It's like, wait, what?
I did that. That was my idea because I got so sick of having to fast forward through sketches that I was like, just put them on their own track, and you could skip through it if you don't want to hear that song.
It was very forward thinking. Thank you for that.
I remember I uploaded the whole album to mp3.com and was trying to sell it for a while, and I went to look at mp3.com to see if our numbers were, like, I could pull the data on it. mp3.com does not exist anymore. Probably went under because of albums like the Outrigger Projection.
Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. It's
such an uncomfortable name.
What
the hell does it even mean? It means nothing.
I can't. There's no names for the songs, so you have to kind of like listen to the song to try and figure out what the title.
Oh, there are names for the songs.
Oh no, I know.
On the CD.
I'm pretty sure that one of them is called Vagina IV Drip.
Oh geez. Oh my God.
You guys have a dirty track. I was laughing so hard. You don't rap in the dirty track. You do a lot of scratching. I could tell that Brian was not comfortable with where this song went.
I was trying to be a DJ, man. I wasn't trying to rap, but then on every album in the 90s, the DJ raps on a song or two. And then you're like, oh, the DJ can rap. And here's the thing. I think my batting average for not embarrassing rap performances is pretty strong in the context of the album. The album is just a flaming pile of high school garbage. But my appearances I was not the worst rapper on the song. That was always my goal. And it made me happy because I'm not a rapper. I was a DJ.
Well, you definitely have like a traditional style of like making your words rhyme, where sometimes the other guys don't as much. Yeah.
Also, I think that if I kept DJing, I would have been the first one to wear a helmet.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Because I was DJ Anonymous, And now I look back at Marshmello's he's worth like $80 million. And I'm like, damn it, just could have stayed with the stupid anonymous thing and been there, just standing in the background with a helmet on.
I love that you're regretting not going further with this because everyone can be their own judge of how.
All right.
So this is just what I have is one clip. This is your first appearance on the album, and this isn't even the whole song. This is just like your piece. There's more of you after this, but this is like we're not going to play it all right now. I'll just play a couple pieces.
All right, let's hear it.
But everyone, buckle your safety belts because Anonymous B is about to take you on a lyrical thrill ride.
I'm a virtual memory, mercenary, changing faces like I was Jim Carrey, changing places like I was on the Enterprise, word-wise, sifting through the whack lies, being penetrated by their eyes, burning deep through me and cauterized.
I mean, I was into big words, man.
I use
cauterized, Enterprise, changing places like changing faces,
faces like I was Jim Carrey.
What the hell does that even mean?
Maybe The Mask. It's a reference to The Mask, or just
I guess The Mask, or burning deep through me and cauterized. I mean, that's one hell of a rhyme right there. I was profound. I was a profound rhymer.
Let's just give it because it takes a second to really let it sink in. Let's just listen to that first part one more time.
Do we have to?
Yes,
I really
we do.
don't.
We absolutely have to.
No, I'm good.
I'm a virtual memory, mercenary, changing faces like I was Jim Carrey, changing places like I was on the Enterprise,
teleporting,
word-wise,
through the whack lies,
sifting through those lies, dude.
We got more.
Their eyes burning deep through me and cauterized, rhythmical intellectual flow clots, blowing up every spot we rock.
Truth.
Unyielding
Every
like
spot.
the cycle of the tide chart, constant.
Wow.
Oh, you rapped into this rap. You worked in the tide charts. That's
tide charts. I mean, if I would have hit a Farmer's Almanac reference, it really would have been a hot flow. Wow. All right. So there's more, or is that it for today?
I mean, there's a lot more. There is whole lot more.
Well, text the burner phone. Weigh in with your word wise, sifted through the whack lies. Weigh in on the burner phone, 310-429-8903. Text us. We got another text from the non-judgmental ATL Granny. Do we have enough time to read it, Pat?
Yes, we do.
All right, we have about enough time. 45 seconds left on the show today.
Well, so basically, Granny texted and said she's an ATL grandma. She listened to the Burt Show. She thinks you're very brave for putting yourself out there, for moving jobs, etc. I'm glad you have close, supportive family, too. If you need to talk to
how supportive are they? You just heard what he did to me with my rap album. Thank you, ATL Granny. Have some choice words for Patrick about just torching my creative endeavors as a 17-year-old.
So if you ever need to talk to a judgment-free grandma in ATL who thinks you're funny, text away. So I asked her, what should Brian do to stay positive in these tough times? And she has some answers, but we'll get to them next time.
Oh, what a tease! Let's go out on my rap song.
I'm a virtual memory, mercenary, changing faces like I was Jim Carrey, changing places like I was on the Enterprise, word-wise, sifting through the whack lies, being penetrated by their eyes, burning deep through me and cauterized, rhythmical intellectual flow clots, blowing up every spot we rock, unyielding like the cycle of the tide chart, constant like the spins of my wax, scratch massacre on the tracks. It's the NAONOMUZ. Straight to the dash.
All right, end the show!
Do you have $1 hanging out in your pocket right now? Do you also have a phone in there? Well, with the 7-Eleven app, you can use that $1 on any size hot beverage, including all coffee blends, hot chocolate, and lattes. Then you can make it yours with any combination of dairy and non-dairy creamers, flavors, and sweetener combinations. Coffee your way for just $1 with the 7-Eleven app, plus tax where applicable, only at participating 7-Eleven locations.